It's your host, BD. Welcome to Big Dog Sports. Yo, call it Big Dog Sports, a little show that I run, where we talk a lot of sports and we show a lot of love. So support by hitting like, share the video, subscribe and hit that cash app, baby, send a little dough. So if you want to know about the latest games, the winners and the losers, the teams that ain't the same, we gon' talk about the trades, the contracts, the price, the playoffs, the scandals, the crime and the lies. I'm your host, BD, and this is my show, where sports and politics collide, baby, anything goes. We talking NBA, WNBA, NFL, NCAA, UFC, MLB, WWE, a little boxing too. If that's your thing, I got the best show in the land, baby, no need to search. So welcome to the show, y'all. This is Big Dog Sports.
All right, y'all, we are back again. Happy Sunday, everybody. This Big Dog Sports, where sports and politics collide. I'm your boy BD, and we here another Sunday, so we winning. Brandon, I see you in the back. Just let me get through this quick little monologue real quick. Again, happy Sunday. Welcome to you all coming in. Welcome to you all in the vertical. I see y'all in the vertical gang too. I don't forget about y'all in the vertical gang. The topic today is going to be about LeBron, but not whether LeBron is the greatest basketball player of all time. I'm not going to get into that today about him being the GOAT basketball player, because that's up for a debate. But here's a more interesting debate. Is LeBron James the greatest athlete of all time? And I'm talking about just like overall athlete, because we haven't seen anybody perform like this at 41 years old. When the last 41-year-old you seen move like how LeBron moved, right? LeBron still look like he 35. And to me, that's like unheard of. A 41-year-old man moving like how LeBron James moved is ridiculous work. So I want to get into that and see what's up with that, because I think LeBron now is he's on a path that transcends, the actual basketball part, where I think you could start putting LeBron up there as, one of the great athletes of all time, just overall athlete. I'm talking about like in the sense like how we view Bo Jackson and how we view Deion Sanders and how we view guys like, Nolan Ryan or even John Cena. You know what I'm saying? Folks, who could maintain a high level of performance, deep into his, past his prime, into his 40s. You understand what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like, you don't see that very often. LeBron's in very rarefied air. Like, I've only seen two athletes. Bob, I see you, brother. Salute. Skywalker, I see y'all. Brandon, I see you too in the back, bro. I ain't forget about you. I ain't forget about you at all. Skywalker, I see you. But yeah, LeBron, he's doing things that ain't nobody ever seen before. Just 41 years old, moving like how he moves is insane work.
GOAT. That's what he is. The GOAT. Say he's the GOAT.
I'm arguing that he might be the greatest athlete ever.
You heard what Kevin Durant said? Kevin Durant said when he was asked about after he dropped 30 the other night, you know what I mean? Right. Ain't nobody over 41 has did it. Well, I think he made history.
Jordan did it.
Well, he made history in some type of way.
Something like that, over 40.
Yeah, I know he made history in some type of way. I don't know what it was. I know he made history, which that wasn't no big history, but him and the son made history in the first assist or whatever, you know what I mean, or something like that.
Right.
But Durant says the man could play until he's 45.
Yeah, I heard that. And maybe he could. I mean, just think about what he's doing at 41. Matter of fact, I had some stuff pulled up
The
that I
man dunked
wanted
like 8 times. Eight
that I
times the other
wanted to
day.
show.
Him, you know what I'm saying? The most in the minute. I don't know how long, but it's been the most in a minute.
Let me show this real quick.
And you know the good thing for the fair use thing, but I've been doing Chat GPT and doing my little research, and they still can do things even if you put the fair use. So just got to talk over it while you're playing.
All right.
Just make sure
Well,
to talk over it while you're playing. And my suggestion to you is not to play no damn no
yeah,
more
no
WWE
more
shit no more
wrestling
at
stuff.
all, at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, the wrestling
No
stuff,
matter
yeah,
what
that's
you
the
like,
bane of my existence,
yeah.
which
No
sucks
matter
because I like wrestling.
you can talk about it, but no,
Yeah, they
I
don't
would
want you to
not
play
play
it
it
though.
at all. I was
Yeah,
trying
I
to tell you
already
the other
know.
day. You remember?
Yeah,
Hey,
the
I know it
wrestling
ain't
stuff.
no
I
cozy
got
story,
caught up
but
though. I'm not gonna lie because them
yeah,
old shit. I remember that shit, and it was funny. I wanted to watch them. I just got carried away. I let it play too long. I was cool as long as I was playing just the little
you
clips of it.
gotta play clips or talk over it. You know what I'm saying? Why you doing it? But I don't know about I'm staying away from the UFC or not the UFC, the WWE shit.
Yeah,
I'm
the
staying away from that
WWE
shit.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm staying
me
away from that
too.
shit. Last time
Me
we
too. But
got
yeah, look.
punk ass what's his name?
Defense
This was the
leading
other
the
night
offense and gains another fast
when he
break
was dunking all over
Look
opportunity.
how
everybody.
look
And he
look
feels
how
he's
he just you see how
It's
he just
yeah,
he's
like
41
nothing.
years old, bro. He's
on Davis
41
Mill.
moving like that.
Ball poked away by James. Snapped on the other end and throws it down.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Got a little lag, man. But that's man, I've seen that shit the other night when he did like 8 dunks in the game
Yeah, he dunked
at
like
forty-one
in just that one particular game. He dunked like
in
8
one
times.
game. Man, dunked on bitches enough. He was dunking on people enough. Man, come
Yeah,
on, man. That's the
to
GOAT, man.
move like that at 41 is insane work to me.
Listen, to say I know you don't like someone, but to say someone that don't okay, I'm not gonna say he got some bag like I or nothing like that where he could dribble real good and all that. But the man got moves. He got turnaround jumpers. He got fadeaways. He got moves, man. He got some bag. For someone to say he ain't got a bag, man, that's crazy as
Nah,
hell, man.
LeBron ain't always have a bag. He got
I
one
didn't
now
say he
though.
always had. I didn't say he always had.
No, I'm saying he got one
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
He
he got one
definitely
now.
for sure got one now. And he's had one pretty much ever since I say ever since the bubble basically. Like LeBron bag has become 7-dimensional at this point.
Well, I'm telling
Like
you.
there isn't really anything
Who is
LeBron can't do well.
what's up? What's up, Brandon? J.O. King?
Yeah, that's Brandon Looney Tunes. Like this is LeBron at
Oh,
his
okay.
prime.
The second.
Just
Wade looking for the return to LeBron. Off the
that don't make
window
sense.
and down.
That's reaching all the way back with the left hand.
I
Like
thought you were gonna do a
that
show
doesn't
about
make
that
sense.
tall. I thought you were gonna do a show about that tall 14-year-old kid. You know what I mean?
Oh
But
yeah,
this
I'm gonna bring him
is
up
a
too in a little
beautiful.
while, but I just wanted to,
Yeah,
just because I was
this is
having this conversation with guys on my job. You understand what I'm saying? That's what made
this
me
is
bring
one of
this
the
up.
best combos that you could ever have. The GOAT, man.
Nah, but
Admit it,
see,
y'all. The
here's the
man's the
thing.
GOAT, man.
This is not about whether he's the GOAT basketball player, because that could be debated. Like, this is about,
Nigga,
is he the greatest athlete ever? Because I haven't seen anybody do what they doing in their 40s, like what LeBron is doing in his 40s. He's 41, moving
what if
like
he
that.
comes out? What if he comes out next two games? Like not this game. This next game scored like 35, and the game after that scored like a 50. What are you
Yeah,
gonna?
that
What?
would be crazy. And Nay, you better hurry up. April coming. I'm just saying. But yeah,
And
just is he the greatest athlete of all time? Is he better than Tom Brady? Is he better than Bo Jackson or Deion Sanders in terms of just athletically, like to be able to not lose your fastball and be 10, 20 years past your prime? LeBron is easily 15 years past his prime. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
Easily he's that. And Etuan, I see you, brother. And Just the mere fact he could do that at 41 is insane to me. Just insane work.
Yep. Insane work, man.
So I
The
did want
GOAT, man.
somebody to come up here who was gonna argue me that point because I haven't seen it. Somebody like LeBron, not in this
They
century,
are,
maybe
all they need to
last
do is tell
century, but
you,
not this one.
what? Not even this last century. You can say Brady because of football and it's a more rigorous sport. You know what I mean?
What
But
I
other than
can't
that,
say Bo Jackson
yeah. But
as
see
in
what I
terms
mean.
of an
But
athlete.
the reason why I'm saying Tom Brady is because of his longevity and his athleticism. When
Right.
everybody I hate it when always talking about just because longevity. No, he's a pure athlete too. LeBron is just not doing shit because longevity.
Nah,
He's doing it
LeBron
because
is a
he's
real
that dude.
athlete, bro.
You know what I
Listen,
mean?
the man body at 41 is insane work.
You didn't see Udonis Haslam at 41, 40, whatever, doing this shit. He said, check your cash app. Nate said, check your
Oh,
cash app.
Nate said, hold on, Nate. I'm sorry. I get to talking and I wasn't paying attention. I apologize.
I'm
Uh
used to, I done got used to fucking paying attention to the damn cash, the
hold
chat
on,
and
y'all.
all
I've
that.
been waiting to do this all day. Hold
Man,
up.
you know what?
No.
Go to
It
hell.
don't got nothing to do with dropping you,
Oh,
Skywalker, if
oh,
that's
okay.
what
I
you
was about
thought.
to say,
No,
Nate.
it's this though. Hold up.
Not,
Thanks for the cash app. Love when the fun snap. Tap in, we stack stats. BD Sports. We love. Yeah. Run that. Thanks for the cash app. Team got the score pack. Big plays in a small
I
hat.
wanna
BD
feel like
Sports.
it's raining on me. Okay.
I've seen that shit. I've seen that shit before,
Nay
though. I
with the
want to feel like it's
$5
raining on
cash
me.
app. Thank you so much, Nay. I appreciate that.
I
She
seen I
said,
want to feel like it's raining on me. Bah!
hold up. She had a message too. The message says, call Skywalker a LeBron sexual, please. Are you a LeBron sexual, Skywalker? Just saying.
She can go to hell. How about that? Ladies, you can go to hell.
But yeah,
LeBron is the
thank you, Nate,
GOAT.
for the cash app. I've been waiting to play
LeBron
that
is the
video.
GOAT.
And shout out to L4T Latino for Trump, man. That was hilarious. But is LeBron we're not gonna argue if he's the basketball GOAT. I want to know if is he the greatest athlete of all time? Is he up there with Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders? Like, can we consider LeBron? Could LeBron play football or baseball and dominate like how he do basketball?
Well, I don't know because if that's the case, I don't think you got to take Tom Brady up out of there. I don't think he can do that.
Nah. I'm saying in terms of you could leave Tom Brady in there. Who says Tom Brady couldn't play baseball and dominate
Nah,
like that? It's not like Tom
I don't
Brady
think
was a
so.
little guy. He was still 6'3", 220.
Yeah, I don't think so.
For a baseball player, that's big. Think
All right,
about it.
you think
Aaron Judge
Fedora?
is like
You
6'8",
think you think
260.
Sebastian? You think Sebastian Fedora can go in there and play basketball? Damn it!
Who?
Why? You know what? Follow me around and shit, man.
What are
You
you
What the
know,
talking
hell,
about?
man?
You're LeBron
Ah,
sexual.
and Ink,
What do
I
you mean
seen
always
I'm
something
follow
in
me
always
there.
around
around?
and
You're
shit,
always
man.
around when I'm around. What's your
Ah,
problem?
damn, man,
Yeah,
can't
that's
get
right. I'm
away
here
from me,
to
man.
I'm here to crash the
Damn.
stream
Uh,
real quick. Good afternoon, BD.
Nick,
Good afternoon,
good
Skywalker.
afternoon, Nate. How are you?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
I'm great. I actually woke up super late. So I took 2 edibles, but last night's show, man, yo, Dave had me dying. He is he is very interesting because I had
Oh,
to read People
They've been
Fulfilled.
interesting.
Or always been like in every way, shape, or form. But he's funny because it's like he tried to get his message by throwing you off, but I never get thrown off. I'm on your ass,
Uh,
crazy.
you just
When I pay attention to people, it's kind of disgusting because when I ignore people, I ignore them completely. But when I'm really like paying attention, I'm like intentively listening and watching you. It's like
Dave
I'm
is
like
one
a
of those
bad
people
stalker
you
when I need to be.
intentively watching and stuff.
So what now, BD?
And Dave is one of them people you intentively watch.
I pay attention to, but I was
You pay attention
intentively
to?
listening to him when it comes to like relationships
Oh, yeah.
because I always try to figure out like why men think in a certain like thought pattern or the way they are. And I had this relationships and envy segment. And I was like, huh, him and
Hold
Petty,
on,
man, they
Nate,
come
just
from
real
the
quick. Bobby
yep.
Perkins, come up here and argue me that. Tell me why Wilt Chamberlain's the greatest athlete ever. I mean, I could make that case too, but I would like to hear it from you, Bobby. The link is at the top of the chat. Go ahead,
I have a
If
Nate.
that's the
question.
case, what's his name? Pavlovich?
You guys
Ah,
put this in your coffee. Look at the screen.
nope. Bailey's. Nope.
I have before
I
the
don't
white
drink.
Irish cream. Yeah,
I
I
don't
have. It
drink.
actually makes the coffee taste really good. Yeah,
I don't drink.
yeah,
I have a mug.
yeah.
I
I
have
like
a
the white
pretty
Irish
bottle.
cream, especially for coffee. But I haven't had it in a long time. I'm not going to even hold you. It's been a few years since
I
I've
never
had
had
some.
it. I want to spice up my weekend before I go to work tomorrow. So this is the only
I
way.
know it. But yeah, Bobby, I would love to argue that because Wilt Chamberlain was all in his own right was a really great athlete.
It tastes good. Down it goes.
Oh yeah, it's gonna wait. That's gonna wake you all the
Hold
way
on for a
up.
second.
Yeah,
Will
that's gonna wake
Chamberlain
her
is the
all the way
greatest
up.
athlete ever. See,
You think
Bobby
he's
is
better?
taking it because of
You think he better
like
than Bo
how
Jackson as
well
an
Bobby
athlete?
probably
LeBron.
see I see that's why I
Yeah,
always
that's
keep it to
hard, right?
I can throw in someone like Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders because they played multiple sports. Even
Hmm.
Jordan, even if Jordan wasn't, I don't know, I can't even
Yes,
say
even
Jordan because Jordan
Jordan.
wasn't
Yeah,
good. Nah,
you sure
because
can't
see,
throw a Jordan.
when we see I guess great at that, but you would have to be good at that sport. Jordan wasn't good at basketball, baseball. So I'm not saying taking him out. And that's why I wouldn't even, as bad as I say it, in this, if your category is like that, I wouldn't even put LeBron in it because he's never played another sport. And he did in school, but Dion went over there to play baseball. Bo Jackson went to play baseball. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure there's a couple of them that went and played other sports. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Shit, Dion went and played baseball and one night and then came through and played football the same night.
right. Yeah,
That's
Dion is
athletic.
insane.
That's
You know,
that's
John
that's an
Elway used to
athlete.
play baseball too, and Russell Wilson. Both of them play baseball.
Yeah, but see, I guess if you want to say it like that, or because LeBron used to play football in high school.
Hmm.
All I'm talking about at an elite level, like pro, like Dion and Bo did.
Right,
The Dion didn't come from college and you know what I'm saying, the college or a high school game and go to NFL on the same night, you know what I mean, to play in
right.
both games. He went from an NBL, an MLB game
To a football game,
to an
right.
NFL game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which is crazy work.
And Bo Jackson played in MLB as an elite, not just like Jordan did, as elite, and in football as an elite. You know what I'm saying? So, but
Right.
in this case, what you're saying, yeah, you could throw in Jordan and LeBron and
Yeah, but my
Brady and
main
shit.
case for LeBron is not just his longevity, is the fact that he hasn't lost his fastball. In
Yeah,
terms of the
yeah,
one thing that make LeBron great is his ability to get to the basket.
yes,
And
and
at
downhill.
41, he can still get to the basket
Yeah,
pretty much
yeah,
without,
I,
you understand what I'm saying? It's just like he was 10 years ago. He could still put his shoulder down and get to the basket and still ain't nothing you can do. And he 41.
yeah.
Like I've never
You're right.
seen that. Jordan
About to turn
couldn't
42.
couldn't do that at
About to be
41.
42. Shit, it's still 6 months away, but still, that's what actually what 7, 8 months away with him.
Yeah, see,
His
Jordan,
is
as great
his.
as an athlete he was, he couldn't do that at 41. His mid-range game was
Nope.
gone by the time he was 41.
Yep. And he couldn't
You
even
understand
dunk.
what I'm saying? So
He couldn't even
basically,
dunk.
he had lost his fastball. Like
Yep.
LeBron could still put his shoulder down and get to the rim.
Yep.
And it
Yep.
don't matter how young the dude in front of him is, there ain't really much you can do. He's
Yep.
still 260 something pounds, 265, almost 270. So like is again, LeBron, I make a case he might be the greatest athlete of the 21st century. Everything from 2000 to now, we're not going to count
Great.
nothing,
Greatest
I
of
mean,
all
pre
time.
2000, but from 2000 to now, he's the greatest athlete of this century. I don't see
Greatest
nobody
athlete.
even
Ooh,
close.
I like
Greatest athlete.
this. The Baileys and the coffee. Oh, you
Yeah, I
might get
told you that
addicted
shit
to
gonna
me.
wake you all the way up in a minute. Give it about 15 minutes. You're gonna be all the way up.
Oh, wow. Mm.
The greatest of all time.
Yeah,
You know
but I
what? But
can't.
Michael Jordan is such a cultural. Oh, my bad. My mic is over here. Michael Jordan is such a cultural like icon. Ain't no one
Yeah.
really running out here wearing LeBron James sneakers at all. And also, even though I'm not following basketball right now, maybe it's my biased opinion about Michael Jordan being like the GOAT. But LeBron James, yeah, he may be in front of the cameras, he may be in your face, but I don't know, man. Michael Jordan's the GOAT to me.
Well, in terms of playing basketball, always say you could flip flop them. It don't really matter who you got at number one and who you got at number two because you could pretty much flip
Hmm.
flop them. But I'm
Right.
talking about in terms of athlete, like just overall athlete. Like I don't see
I'm rocking with
anybody. I don't see
I'm
Jordan
rocking with
messing with
Michael
LeBron
Jordan.
in that
Nah.
aspect because his body didn't hold up as long as LeBron did. Jordan played at 41. He was on the Wizards at 41 and he looked like crap. Like pure D crap. We all know that. We seen it. He looked like crap at 41.
So we
LeBron
just
don't
talking
look
about
like crap.
overall career, not prime.
Not I mean comparing their primes. I mean, if we want to do that, hell, if I had to choose at their prime, at their peak, I would have to
Hmm.
take LeBron. Only because LeBron is gonna make plays that Jordan not gonna make in terms of getting other people involved. Like Jordan is gonna score all of the points, right? But is Jordan gonna make that pass that he
Because you're a
need to make
smart
in it?
person. That's
At
why.
his prime, he
Shut up,
wasn't gonna make
Skywalker.
that pass.
Because
Hold,
you're
hold on.
because you're a smart individual. That's why you would pick LeBron.
No, it don't even got nothing. It's just play style. At the end of the
I
day,
know
like
that. You're a
Jordan was
smart
a
individual. Just
scorer.
like I said, you know he would build the team. He wouldn't be a selfish individual. You know what I mean?
Yeah, LeBron was always a
Would
willing passer.
he would
He's
make people
always
better
been a
around him.
willing passer.
They
Jordan
keep on
wasn't that,
saying,
especially in his prime. He wasn't that.
yeah. They keep on saying that he was LeBron selfish. Come on, y'all need to stop.
Nah,
He
but
always
to
made
Jordan,
everybody. He
hold on.
made
To
everybody
Jordan
around him better.
defense, though, Doug Collins gave him the keys and wanted him to take 25, 30 shots a game. That was their offense, was give the ball to Jordan and get out of his way. And that's why they fired Doug Collins, because that's what pretty much all he wanted to do was just give Michael Jordan the basketball and just get out of his way.
Why he lost?
Yeah, that's why the Bulls couldn't advance, because one person can't do it by themselves. And even if
They
you're
had to
Michael
get
Jordan,
Scotty.
you
Yeah,
can't do it by yourself.
they had to get Scotty. That's what it is. Yeah.
And Bobby Perkins, Jim Brown, yeah, you could make a case for Jim Brown being the greatest athlete too, considering what he did in the frame that he did it in. Jim Brown ran for, I think, 13,000 yards and never had a
What
game where
about
he
the
didn't run for under 100 yards. Lena, I hope this is you, Lena. It looks like your avatar. Lena, that you?
Yes, it is me. Hi, BD.
Hi, Lena. How are you?
Pretty good. I just got a quick question since nobody knows I had to work yesterday. So Illinois is still in the running for March Madness?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, we lost.
I don't think so.
Who do we lose against? I forget
I,
again.
I could tell you. Give
Hold
me
on.
1 second. 1 second, my dear. I got you. Okay, no, I'm tripping. Illinois did win. They won 71-59. They beat Iowa. So,
Catch that, you corn hustlers.
well, Iowa's the Hawkeyes, but it's
Oh,
the
Hawkeye. Yeah, they
yeah.
got
But
corn. Both states. Them and Nebraska. Nothing but corn. I drove through both states
so
before.
Illinois is going to the Final Four, and Arizona is going to the Final Four.
We're going to Final Four.
Yeah, Arizona. If you know, and I don't know if you know anything about Arizona, but that's where LeBron James' other son play.
Oh wow! Oh, I hope we could do it. We made the Final Four.
Yeah, and the other game is Michigan, Tennessee. Michigan up almost 18, 20 points, 48-26, and Duke play UConn, and that's the men's bracket. So y'all know.
Woo-hoo, let's go, U of I.
Yeah, that's what's up. I ain't know you was a fighting a Illini fan.
My
You know.
family fights all the time. I have 2 U of I grads, and then I have 2 Loyola people. My aunt and my uncle, they went in near the same time. I think they graduated like 2 years from each other, and they go
Okay.
crazy. They go on the phone, they call each other, and they rub it in each other's faces. It's like a real
Oh
fight.
yeah, you know college is a big thing. And Bobby Perkins, I got UConn. That's the women in the men's. I got Duke. In the women's, I got UConn.
I got Illinois. Period. U of I. We're gonna do it. I wish I was in U of I. I went to private school. I went to St. Francis.
Did you?
St. Francis. I just went out there yesterday, drive by my old school.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That sound like an experience for real. What was that like for you?
It was nice. It was different. Just a little small town. It wasn't. I would kind of wish I went to Loyola. Like, I got to go back to school anyway. I might go back to Loyola. My grandma used to always try to make me go to U of I, and I never had a desire for U of I. I don't care for U of I like that. Definitely Loyola, but it's expensive. It's like when I was trying to go in early 2000, it was like 28,000 a year then. So I can imagine what it is now. It's a nice campus. It's right off the lake.
I can imagine it's probably really pretty. Let me ask you, Lena, why I got you up here. I know you know who LeBron James is. Do you think he's the greatest athlete of this century that
Of
you've
this
seen so far? Yeah,
in that game or greatest athlete period?
greatest athlete period that
Oh
you've
fuck
seen.
no. Fuck no.
No, who's the
No.
greatest athlete that you've seen?
Shady Brady.
Tom Brady.
Shady
Okay,
Brady.
tell me why Tom Brady. That's an interesting pick.
Because I feel like he tried to win at all costs. He set a record, most rings. I honestly think if he wanted to play, I think he still would. I think he can get another ring, even at his old age. I really do. After him, I would say, believe it or not, um, Simone Biles, because she's invented new stuff in her sport. She's very highly decorated. But if she goes one more Olympics and get another medal, she's going to be the most medaled woman in her
Well, here's the
field.
thing about Simone Biles. Simone Biles don't even need to have another medal. She's the
Mhm.
GOAT gymnast without doing nothing else. She don't
Yeah,
got to do nothing else, and she's the
she,
GOAT gymnast.
she's the GOAT.
Now,
And
whether she's the GOAT athlete, I don't know if maybe if we break it up in genders, if we talking about women athletes and put them in a separate box, you understand what I'm saying? Then
yeah,
yeah, you can make a case for Simone Biles. I think so. She's definitely the GOAT gymnast,
yeah.
but without a doubt.
And I give it to her. She's been played like when she was sick, they wouldn't let her take her medicine. I love Simone. Um, I like Serena.
Right? Me
She's, an-
too.
she's another one that would make it. I like Steph Curry, the chef.
As the greatest athlete of this century.
No, but he's my favorite basketball player of this century.
Okay. Yeah, but you wouldn't put him as the greatest athlete, though. Not Steph. Steph is not even athletic. For real.
I don't know, but he's very calculated and precise. Them 3 points
I
be
mean,
falling like
and
daggers on
he
niggas.
he's very well conditioned. That I will give Steph. Steph is conditioned like a motherfucker, but in terms of athleticism, Steph ain't dunking on you and doing that kind of thing. So
Who else? I said, but Shady Brady's my favorite. Tom Brady is like, yeah, he has that. I will win at all costs. That one. And I'm not a football player, a football fan like that. That one game where his mom was watching and he was about to make history, and the team was down at the huh? Okay, and at the it was down at the halftime, and they
right,
came back.
you
And
talking
everybody they
about the
was
Super
at
Bowl where they played the
15.
Falcons?
Yeah, he bombed on them niggas. It was like he went in during the halftime show. Was like, look, y'all can't be embarrassing me in front of my moms. You know we gotta win. And he was
Yeah,
like, y'all better catch what I throw.
yeah,
And they came back.
that was one of the wildest Super Bowls I've ever seen somebody blow a lead like that. Like
Yes,
that was crazy work. How he came back to win that game was insane.
he has
But
one of
yeah,
those.
Tom Brady. I see Tom Brady. He didn't start in the 21st century. He started in the late 90s. So I ain't want to count Tom Brady too much. But if you want to throw in Tom Brady, he did spend most of his career in the 2000s, right? So I guess. But in terms of longevity, yeah, Tom Brady lasted a long. He never really lost his fastball, but Tom Brady couldn't run. He couldn't
Mhm,
jump. You understand what I'm saying? Brady was
mhm.
more cerebral than he was athletic. So it's kind of hard for me to put him in an athlete sense because
But
he
see, that's
wasn't
out.
that like an athlete. He was like a cerebral, just
But I do
precision
like
type dude.
calculated, that I do like calculated thinker type athletes. Like that's why like I said, that's why I like Steph Curry. That's why I like Tom Brady. I like what you calls like that. I don't care what nobody say. Michael Jordan's like that. He's very calculated. He is.
So let me ask you, you don't think LeBron is calculated? You don't think LeBron thinking out there?
I think he thinks a little bit better than Shaq. He reminds me kind of of Shaq. I ain't gonna even lie. He's a big dumbass mule. If there's like here's a ball, put it in the hole.
You think so? I
Yes,
don't think LeBron is anybody mule. I think LeBron do a lot of thinking out there.
and he a crybaby. I can't stand him. Sometimes he
Now,
a crybaby.
do he cry some? Yeah, I'll give you that. But I don't think he's just out there being a mule, just give him the ball and watch him score. I don't think it's that. His statistics wouldn't be as such if it was that.
I don't
That's
think
just
he
my
is.
opinion. I don't think his statistics would be. He wouldn't have that many assists
But I'm
if
not.
he wasn't thinking.
But I'm not gonna lie. I haven't liked basketball like I used to, like when I was younger, when Michael Jordan was playing, because I used to be a fanatic. Like when I was
Right.
being a fanatic, I was a fanatic.
A lot of folks were fanatics when Jordan was playing because Jordan was different. Listen, Jordan was very what's the word I'm looking for? Aesthetically pleasing. He was just nice to look at, to
Yeah, he's
watch
like,
because he could just dunk on people and he could almost fly. It almost looked like he was flying. He was graceful.
yeah.
And all his motions were just pretty and fluid. And you just
Hmm.
wanted to copy that shit as a kid. All of us did. Everybody wanted to be like Mike. Anybody who didn't want to be like Mike is lying to you.
Yeah, one thing I like about Michael Jordan, I like the fact, like, I don't know, I was so watched. I could tell you everything. I remember when the Heat had the best 3-point shooters in the league for their team, score average. I used to know all who was in the starting lineup of everybody's team. Like, I remember like who he played, like for to win the championships. Like I know we played the Jazz twice. I know we played the Sonic. We was just on it. I remember it. And
That's
like
Chicago, the good old days, huh?
and I was like everybody at my house is Sunday. But yeah,
The,
I was so
the good old days of Chicago in the
yes,
90s.
yes. And now it's like boring. Not the same anymore.
Well, I hate to put it to you like this, but you can only get one Michael Jordan per lifetime. You only get one of those as a team. On any team, you only get one of those kind of players just once in your life. And be as though y'all had them, it's okay. It's gonna be a while for the Bulls. Listen, it's been a while for the Knicks too. The Knicks haven't won a championship since 1973. It's 2026. So at least your player did come and bring you your titles. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sit here and act like I'm a Jordan fan when I'm not. You know, I'm from New York. We used to hate Michael Jordan with a passion because we could never get past the Bulls. And we had good teams. And thank you for coming, Lena. I know you with your family and stuff. Enjoy. But yeah, we used to hate Chicago, especially Jordan. I used to think the NBA was cheating for Jordan. Like you couldn't even breathe on Jordan without it being called a foul and all that other silly stuff. Like it used to aggravate the crap out of me. Just why and this is not to take from Michael Jordan or his greatness, because Michael Jordan is great. You know, I'm always gonna say that, and he's always gonna be in the GOAT conversation. But man, I really thought they used to freaking just protect Michael Jordan. You know, especially after the Pistons won their titles, they really got into protecting Michael Jordan. They ain't wanted to see Michael Jordan get beat up. And yeah, Walt Frazier, Willis Reed, those were the Nick titles. But you know, I wasn't even, you know what I'm saying, around for that. 73, I was born then. So like I wasn't really around for that. I don't remember that. I need to see one that I can remember from the Knicks. The Knicks is very frustrating being a Knicks fan because we've come close many a times and we just can't ever get over the hump. And it's very annoying, especially for this Knicks team. Like our starting five, I put our starting five against any starting five in the NBA. The Knicks got one of the best starting fives in the whole NBA. So the fact that we only just third in the East, like it aggravates me. And they won the Commissioner's Cup. So it's not like the Knicks when they on, they can't, perform. You know what I mean? They just not consistent like, and it's annoying to watch the inconsistencies of the Knicks. And Bill, what's good, brother? I'm glad you up. Thank you for coming through, bro. I hope everything's going okay up out there in Wyoming. Oh, Bobby, come on, man. The Hurricanes will be back, bro. They'll be back. And I tried to warn you about the Hoosiers, though. It's not like I ain't warned you. So, to recap, my topic is LeBron James, the GOAT athlete. And I would love to hear your thoughts about, is LeBron James the GOAT athlete? Where would you measure him amongst the great athletes of all time, the Wilt Chamberlains, the Bo Jacksons, the Deion Sanders of the world? Where would you rank LeBron James at this point? And who have you seen at age 41 move like LeBron James do at age 41? That's a good question, and I still haven't seen that yet out of anybody. Yes, I am. I am just that. Even though I think YouTube and the StreamYard and all that stuff, that's pretty nuanced for an old man. I think. That's just me though. I just think that. But yeah, trying to learn all the new technologies and all that stuff. it's not too much of a chore. Not really. I think I'm starting to get the hang of it. But again, thank all y'all for coming. I'm here for a minute. This BD Sports, Big Dog Sports, where sports and politics collide. I'm your boy BD. Like, share, subscribe, and definitely the subscribe part, right? The Cash App in the lower left hand corner of the screen. If you want to support the channel and help me play my new Cash App song. Shout out again to Latino for Trump for that. I absolutely love it. It's hilarious. Um, so yeah, y'all, that part. Is LeBron James the greatest athlete of all time? And I think we can make a case, at least I can make a case that he is, because I don't see anybody who moves at 41 like how LeBron James moved at 41. Miss D, I see you, mama. And be as though you up here, I would love to hear your thoughts on how LSU went down in flames. Oh yeah, Uncle Bill, man, you know we here. You understand what I'm saying? You know where I'm at in the Discord. Push come to shove, just holler at me in the Discord. You know where I'm at, Uncle Bill. And Black Bear, I see you. Go ahead, man. Just go ahead. Go ahead, Black Bear. And good show yesterday too, Black Bear. But Miss D, man, yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts on that whole LSU going down in flames to Duke. I thought that was real interesting because I picked LSU to I thought that was real interesting. I think I got your math though, so if anything, I'll holler at you on the back end. And yeah, good shit yesterday, Black Bear. I dig it. And speaking of Duke, the Duke women I'm talking about, they're up 4 on UCLA right now. And on the women's side, UConn is the other game. They play they were the other game. They beat Notre Dame, which I pretty much predicted that UConn was going to win it all anyway. So I predicted that from the beginning that UConn was going to win it all anyway. I'm here, Miss D, for a minute. I ain't going nowhere no time soon. I ain't going nowhere. We chilling. It's Sunday. I'm in my little time slot that I like, and I'm chilling. And I'm just, waiting on other people's opinions on what they think, who they think the GOAT athlete is. And I think we could make a solid case for LeBron James at this point. We got 22 years in, the most games played, the most points scored. And the man moves at 41 like he's still 35. Like he hasn't lost his fastball. Still get to the rim at will. And it don't matter who in front of him. He just put his shoulder down and just go. For all you Michael Jordan fans out there, Jordan couldn't do that at 41. Not consistently. He'd have flashes, yeah, but he couldn't consistently do that at 41. LeBron is consistently doing that shit at 41. And he's still playing above the rim at 41. It's not like LeBron dunking. He's not, just making layups and all that stuff. Like Jordan wasn't dunking like that at 41. LeBron's still catching alley-oops and all that stuff like a young man. So y'all tell me, Have y'all seen anything like it, close to it? Anything you could compare to it? Because I really haven't. Not too often. I mean, you got Tom Brady, right? Brady played into his 40s. He didn't really lose his fastball per se. Even his last year on Tampa, he didn't lose his fastball per se. I also think about a guy like Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan played into his 40s too, and he really didn't lose his fastball. In fact, he threw a no-hitter at 40. So I think about guys like him, but I can't compare them athletically to LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just different kind. I don't think athletically they hold a candle to LeBron, even though neither one of those guys lost their fastball. But I think just in terms of just body frame and just overall size, like, these guys aren't LeBron's size. Like Nolan Ryan might have been 6 feet, but he wasn't 250, 60 pounds. He ain't had to carry all that weight. Neither did Tom Brady. He had the height, but they ain't have the weight. LeBron is taller than both of them and heavier. So we got to take that into account too. Like this is a 6'8", 260-pound dude at 41. The only other, athletes I see rock like that, into their 40s and stuff and still look decent doing it are wrestlers. You wouldn't think that Brock Lesnar is 48 years old or that Bobby Lashley is 50 years old if you look at these guys and how they look, how they physique look. You wouldn't think these guys are my age, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Uncle Bill, I got you, bro. Yeah, you are getting old, Black Bear. And if you getting old, how you think I feel? I'm saying I could really honestly sit here and tell you I got to watch the careers of both Michael Jordan and LeBron James from beginning to end, both of them. So, I feel like I could bring a very unique perspective to that particular debate because I got to watch both of them play in real time and watch their whole careers from start to finish, from college or in LeBron case, high school, you know what I mean, until it ended. And I got to live through all of that and watch all of that. So, yeah, I think that's real, like, it's interesting. But, yeah, LeBron is the GOAT athlete. I think we could make a really good case that LeBron is the GOAT athlete based on longevity, based on just athletic prowess, how he moves. And yeah, I don't think we're gonna see another athlete like LeBron, not for a long time. Somebody who could, perform at 40 like how they were performing at 35 and borderline 30, still perform feats of athleticism that a 40-year-old, 41-year-old man should not be able to perform like that. Still giving you chase down blocks, still giving you, highlight reel dunks, still dunking in through contact. Like that's really crazy stuff when you could dunk through contact at 41. Like, name me another person in any sport who does that at 41. Maybe Jerry Rice. I think Jerry Rice played to about 41, 42. Yeah, but unfortunately, Kobe didn't get to play to 41. So I can't make that argument for Kobe. But was Kobe a great athlete? Absolutely, Kobe was. And you can't forget LeBron. Come on, man. It's LeBron. That's like saying forget Kobe. You can't have one and not the other, Black Bear. You cannot have one and not the other. But yeah, Kobe was a beast too. Me and Random Independent, I don't know where he been. I ain't seen him in a while. But yeah, me and him, we had a good back and forth about Kobe. And I'm a Kobe fan. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate Kobe at all. I thought Kobe, he was Jordan 2.0, basically, in my opinion. And y'all can argue me down about that. Well, he wasn't Michael Jordan. He was his own player. Yeah, he was his own player. He was Jordan's, like archetype. Like they did the same things. Pretty much. They used their athleticism to dominate, the mid-range game. If you play too close on them, they would just blow by you and go to the basket. If you sagged off too much, they would just midi you to death. So basically, their functions were identical. Just Kobe took way more shots than Jordan did. Kobe wasn't as efficient as Jordan. And you might can argue that Kobe could have been, at least prime Kobe, more athletic than prime Jordan. You could really make that argument because prime Kobe, athletic-wise, that dude was jumping out the fucking gym. Prime Kobe. Yeah, dunk contest Kobe, that Kobe. Yeah, he was jumping out the freaking gym. I mean, he was catching alley-oops, at or above the cylinder. Like that Kobe was insane. It's kind of like your boy who can't keep his head straight, Ja Morant, in terms of his athleticism. Athletically, like Ja Morant is insane. Athletically. And what make him more insane is that he's a small dude. He's like 6'1", 6'2", getting up like that. But he just can't keep his head in the game long enough to, to get right for real. You see, Memphis don't even really play him like that. I think they just trying to sit him down long enough so they could trade him next year. And I don't know where Ja Morant go. And it's a shame because I like Ja Morant. I think Ja Morant is a beast. But the small guard in the NBA is about to become extinct. Like, you're not going to see too many more Steph Currys or Trae Youngs or Jalen Brunsons, guys like that. That's starting to become, obsolete at this point. Because, as a matter of fact, while I'm thinking about it, let me show y'all this guy. How you spell that? I wanted to show y'all this guy. And shout out to Skywalker for putting me on to this dude. Cause this is crazy work. This guy right here. And he's only 14. The little dude is only 14. It's crazy. Hold on, let me get it ready for y'all real quick. I just want to show a quick little clip. You got to be careful now with the YouTube shit because These people try to hit you for everything. Okay. Okay. I'm about done now. Okay, thank you, Black Bear, for that. You just now subscribing after all this time. Damn it, Black Bear. Kick your butt. Let me throw this ticker on real quick. These YouTube dudes are just they try to just do you all type of ways. Make sure it's playing. There we go. Look at this dude. This dude is 7'3" and 14.
But the two questions I'll answer in this video are the two that everyone wants to know. Is
and 14. Jeremy
Well,
Goyer is his name. 7'3" and 14. That is crazy work, y'all. Crazy work. 7'3" and 14 years old. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeti, like, wow, he just now subscribing. Damn it, Black Bear. Kick him in his behind. Yeah, and he can move. Yeti, yeah, the dude can move. He's only 14. 14, 7'3". 14 years old. Insane work. You know, they got a girl out there like that too. She's 17 and she's like 7'3". The only issue is she's a Chinese chick. Her name is Zhang Xiao. The only problem with her is that she can't move. But she's a whole 7'3". You put a 7'3" woman out there. What they doing with her? Even the athletic 6'3", 6'4" women ain't doing nothing with her at 7'3". But yeah, this young Canadian dude, 7'3" at 14, and he can move. He's not like the Florida Gator dude. You know, the Oliver Roy or Groy, I think his name is. He's 7'9" or whatever. That dude, he's 7'9", but he can't move. Right? That's what make Wembanyama so crazy and freaky. Is that Wembanyama 7'5" and he can freaking move. And I think they're trying to find more Wembanyamas out here. And they finding them now too. They're just not finding the archetype, you know, a guy that's that tall that could really move like that. Yeah, Wembanyama's a whole nother monster in himself. I don't know what the NBA gonna do with him. Like they had a whole 20 years to try to figure out how to stop the LeBron type, you know, the really big, really strong, but could move like a point guard type person. Now you got a archetype now where you post 7 feet plus 7 feet and can handle like a guard and shoot threes and freaking play make. Because you look at Joker, right? Joker, he's the prototype of what you want your big to be in today's NBA. Somebody who's over 7 feet, could see over all the defense, could pop out, hit you with a three, and just play make and destroy you from the post anytime he gets in the post. And it don't matter which post, the high post, low post. You double Joker, you gonna pay. Hell, he's such a good passer, even if you don't double, you're gonna pay. So like, you damned if you do and damned if you don't with Joker. Like, let me tell you, Joker, this dude the other day had a stat line. The man had 23 points, 21 rebounds, and 19 assists in a game. This is the game where Jamal Murray dropped 53. This was the other night. What kind of stat line is that where you get 20 points, 20 rebounds, and damn near 20 assists, and you the center? You're not even the point guard. You the center, the five, getting just stats like that. Like Joker is insane work, bro. He really is. Like, and the crazy part about Joker, he's not super athletic. Joker's not gonna out jump you. Joker's not gonna outrun you. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not gonna none of his athletic prowess is gonna wow you. None of it. But yet Joker do whatever he want to do on the floor, and ain't really much you could do to stop him. You double him, he make you pay by just playmaking. If you leave him alone, he'll drop 40 or sometimes 50 on you. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just crazy work. Crazy work. So, I don't know. But again, is LeBron James the greatest athlete of the 21st century? Can we compare him to the Bo Jacksons, the Ken Griffeys, the Deion Sanders in terms of just raw athleticism and being able to do it when you're past your prime? Nah, I ain't got Denver winning the chip. If anything, I got to go right now. If I had to pick, I would have to go with San Antonio right now because I don't see anybody doing anything with Wemby like that. At the end of the day, it just depends. Wemby can only really hurt himself. And I can't say that LeBron, you could compare LeBron to Wilt Chamberlain, and this is how. LeBron is doing stuff at his size that Wilt Chamberlain was doing at his size. And that's not stuff that's normal for people their size. You got a 270-pound dude that can pretty much play point guard and center. As great an athlete as Wilt Chamberlain was, he couldn't play point guard, nor could he guard a point guard on the perimeter like LeBron can. And this is a dude, Wilt Chamberlain, he used to high jump and all that stuff too. Wilt Chamberlain was a track star, not just a basketball star. He did the triple jump and the high jump. So Wilt Chamberlain, of course, was a real athlete for real. And he's definitely in the conversation of being one of the GOAT athletes of all time. All I'm saying, Imp, is that LeBron is in that conversation now too, is all I'm saying. Yeah, listen, I know Wilt Chamberlain was an athlete. He did the triple jump and the high jump, and the man could run in his prime. We talking late 50s, early 60s. Wilt Chamberlain wasn't nobody doing nothing with him. I know that. And matter of fact, the only dude who was doing something with him like that was Russell. And even Russell couldn't really, he was able to slow him down just enough. But he couldn't just slow him down completely. Couldn't nobody just slow down Wilt completely. So those are your three: Wilt, Jim Thorpe, Bo Jackson. I mean, that's a good three. I can't even argue in terms of athletic. Yeah, in terms of, overall athletic, yeah, I can't argue that. A lot of people don't know about Jim Thorpe. Jim Thorpe he's the modern prototype for the decathlete. He's the prototype decathlete. He was the first. A guy who can excel at different track and field venues and do them all well. But Jim Thorpe, he's so early 20th century that a lot of folks don't understand that his athletic acumen because it was so early in the damn 20th century. People don't typically look at early 20th century athletes as being athletes, like they don't look at Jack Johnson as an athlete, even though he was an athlete, or Rocky Marciano or Joe Louis. Right. You understand what I'm saying? They don't look at them because they were in the early 20th century, the 1910s, the 1920s. Like, because it was the 1910s and 1920s that these folks weren't athletes. But yeah, Jim Thorpe was definitely an athlete. And Bo, we all know Bo, what kind of athlete Bo Jackson was. And, I put Deion Sanders in that athlete group too. But I think we can make the case for LeBron is in that group of athletes of being the greatest athlete of all time. Because again, who moves like that at 41? As great as Wilt Chamberlain was, Wilt didn't make it to 41 to move like that. You understand what I'm saying? As great as Bo Jackson was, he got hurt. So we will never know what kind of height Bo Jackson could have reached because he got hurt. So in terms of, being the specimen, as you say, and being the modern technology and being able to take care of his body like how he has and still produce like how he has, yeah, I don't think you're gonna see that again, not for a while. And Sifu, I see you, man. And yeah, we need to have a conversation about Jordan's driver. Mr. Tyler, man, he's on fire right now in the NASCAR. Like absolutely on fire. I haven't seen a streak, even though he's not on the streak, but he's winning a lot. And he did run off 3 races in a row that happened in NASCAR before. Oh yeah, they offered Wilt a contract. Yeah, because he probably could still play. But we won't never know that. Because he wasn't trying to hear that. And nor should he. I mean, because by the time Wilt Chamberlain retired, he had pretty much every record that you could have in basketball by the time he retired. Let me check that out real quick. So make I'm not just talking. Cause Wilt, when he retired, he pretty much had every damn record. I just want to make sure that's the case. Okay. And Sifu, to your point, they in Martinsville. Yeah, I mean, there's some NASCAR I can watch in periods. I watch NASCAR. I even do F1. Yeah, Wilt got a lot of records still that's not nobody's ever catching. Yeah, there's certain stuff Wilt done did that nobody's ever gonna get to. Like, ain't nobody's ever gonna score 100 points in the game again. We'll probably never see another dude get 40 plus rebounds in a game again. Wilt done all these things. And we don't even know for real how many quadruple doubles Wilt Chamberlain got on the basketball court. Because they wasn't, counting certain statistics back in the early and mid 60s and 70s. So we don't even know how many quadruple doubles Wilt Chamberlain actually has, because I know for somebody who was averaging 50 points in a game, he had in that stretch when he was doing that, he had to have had a quadruple double at some point. And no, nobody's touching Stockton assist record. I don't see that happening either, because nobody's gonna last us that long. like how Stockton lasted. Stockton played 21 years, 22 years. And on top of that, he had one of the premium scorers of all time playing with him pretty much the majority of his career. And hold on, y'all. Sifu with the $5 cash app. I appreciate you, brother, and it gives me a chance to do this.
Thanks for the cash app. Love when the fun snap. Tap in, we stack stats. BD Sports. We love. Yeah. Run that. Thanks for the cash app. Team got the score pack. Big plays in a small
I
app.
wanna
BD
feel like
Sports.
it's raining on me. Okay.
I appreciate that, Simu. And yeah, Luca is on fire. Yeah, and shout out again for L4T, man, Latino for Trump, for the Cash App video. That's a pretty cool video. Yeah, and in terms of Stockton, yeah, the steal and the assist stuff, nobody's catching him because nobody's gonna last that long to catch him. It's just like the whole all the stats that LeBron is putting up right now. All the stats LeBron putting up right now, nobody's fit to catch him. Yeah, nobody's fit to catch him. 40,000 points with 10,000 rebounds and 10,000 assists in a career. Nobody's going to come close to that. But listen, but in theory, by the time LeBron is done playing, he might be third all time in assists and fifth all time in rebounding, and he already first in scoring. So the man could be first, third, and fifth in the three major categories that basketball have. LeBron is going to be top 5 in each of them by the time, it's all said and done, by the time he hang it up. Bird peak didn't last that long in periods. It wasn't 5 years. I give you the last 3, 83 to 86. I wouldn't say 81. Yeah, 81, that wasn't his peak, not yet. And then you really couldn't tell because that Celtic team, that 81 team that went to the finals and won, that team was stacked. You had Cornbread Maxwell, and you had a stacked team. And if we want to take stretches, if we want to talk about primes, I give you a prime that was just as exhilarating as Birds and didn't last but a year and a half. And that's Bill Walton. You look at Bill Walton from 77 to 78, and I'll take his prime and compare his prime to anybody primes if we want to talk about people just zoned in their prime. Matter of fact, I'll take LeBron prime too. Like LeBron in his prime. And Seafood, to actually answer your question, I'm a Chase Elliott fan and a Carl Larson fan. But I like the Tyler guy, the Jordan driver. He's pretty good too. And I was a huge Jimmy Johnson guy. Like Jimmy Johnson, Earnhardt Jr., Gordon. Those were my guys. But yeah, I like Chase Elliott. If I had to pick a favorite, he's my favorite. But in periods, back to you, your question of prime, Bird prime being the best, I could come up with a couple of primes that I think rival Birds, or if not, might be better than Bird. Hell, Magic Prime, if you want to, take it there, you could put Magic Prime against those same 5 years of Bird Prime. And statistically, I think Magic would be better. And CCM, what's going on, mama? And Seafood, that's the Martinville. That race just started, I believe. Or it should be just starting, I should say. But yeah, this Big Dog Sports, y'all. I'm your boy BD. Like, share, subscribe, and definitely the subscribe part. Yeah, I got another 40 minutes out of me. You know, the link is at the top of the chat. For anybody who want to join the conversation, the Cash App at the lower left-hand corner if you want to donate to the channel. We in here for at least another 40 minutes, at least that. My topic of the day was, is LeBron the GOAT athlete of the 21st century, and could he just be the GOAT athlete, period, of all centuries? In my humble opinion, he's definitely the GOAT athlete of the 21st century. I don't think there's another guy relatively close to LeBron in this century. Yeah, HBO Max. Yeah, I catch it on my Fire Stick. And Yeti says, you know what I was just thinking about LeBron compared to Mike and Kobe doing all this without a dad. That's very true. And that's very, very, interesting that he's been able to do that without a dad. Is Phelps the greatest Olympian in terms of medal count? Absolutely. But wouldn't you think Usain Bolt is just as good though? I'm just saying, I know it's two different sports, but in terms of like how each of them dominated, I could put Usain Bolt up there with Michael Phelps and at least have a debate about it. I think Usain Bolt would have more medals if there were more sprinting events. If you had like a 50-meter dash, you know what I'm saying, and a 150-meter dash like you do in swimming. See, in swimming, you get way more events. You get a 50-meter, 100-meter, 200-meter, 400-meter, 800-meter. You know what I'm saying? Michael Phelps had way more opportunities to exert his dominance than a guy like Usain Bolt, who I feel like is just as dominant in the Olympic sphere. I'm just saying. Right. Where's Tiger Woods' dad right now? I hope, is he passed on, Tiger Woods' dad? Because he could use his dad right now. Could that do wow? Phelps, because it's like Phelps won both sprints and long distance. It would be like both won't sprints and marathons. Okay, I could live with that because he did do both. But I guess I'm just saying, yeah, okay, I get it, but it's much harder to run 1,000 meters than it is to swim 1,000 meters. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could sprint for 100 meters and still swim a distance of 800 meters because you in the water. The buoyancy kind of balances it out. Like, you don't have that same level of buoyancy on the track because you always being exerted by gravity. But okay, I can't. I digress. I don't think swimming is harder than running. But I guess me and you just gonna have to disagree on that one. Yeah. I don't think swimming is harder than running. I just don't. I think running takes more out of you. Okay, the swimming is harder for you. Okay, because the swimming wasn't harder for me. I had to in the water. I get fish style in the water. As long as I stretch before I get in that bitch, I was cool beans in the water. But yeah, the swimming it works all your muscles. The swimming, Like the swimming works every single muscle in your body. Like there's no getting around nothing in the pool. And yeah, water polo can be very vicious in terms of having to tread water for that amount of time. Like, you tread in water for 30, 45 minutes at a time. So yeah, that's pretty hard to do. I don't give a fuck what you say. Treading water is not easy. If we're talking physically greatest athlete, yes, I think LeBron is. And yeah, in terms of LeBron, I think he's the greatest athlete of the 21st century at this point in time. This is nothing. I think Michael Phelps is a great athlete too. Don't get me wrong. You know, you don't win all those medals in the pool and not be a great athlete. But I think LeBron is a better athlete because he's able to do it longer. Like I said, you ain't gonna get a guy who's that athletically prowessed at 41 years old, still dunking on dudes half his age. That's not something we're gonna see like that in our lifetimes again. And if we do, I really doubt it. Between him and Floyd, you know what? I never even thought about Floyd Mayweather being one of the great athletes of all time. Maybe I should have, because the man is 50-0, right? Right. That's true too. If Will Chamberlain would have had one of these high price, Jordans on, or high price LeBrons or Steph Curry's, or that type of sneaker. I think if a couple of them dudes had that kind of shoe wear, the Jerry Wests and the Elgin Baylors and the Oscar Robertsons of the world, if they weren't playing in Chuck Taylors and they were playing in the kicks that we got right now today, yeah, these guys' careers would have lasted longer. And just imagine the kind of numbers they would have put up if these people would have been able to play for 5 more years, 10 more years. He's another good one, Yeti. I ain't think about him either. Pele. Yeah, Pele, you could definitely make a case for Pele as being one of the GOAT athletes, like period, all time. He has the longevity. He won. He has multiple, World Cups. He got a lot of freaking goals, right? Yeah, Pele. That's a good one. That's a really good one, Pele, Yeti. That's a good one. But let's put Pele next to LeBron. Let's just do that little, quick little tail of the tape. We talking about a 5'6", 5'7", 150-pound man in Pele compared to a 6'8", 260-pound dude in LeBron. Now, would Pele be faster than LeBron? Yeah, absolutely. But LeBron would be fast enough to keep up with Pele, at least for a little while. Not all game. And Carl Lewis, yeah. In terms of sprinting, Carl Lewis, you could make a case for Carl Lewis. Jackie Robinson, in terms of greatest athlete, I don't know if I can make a case for Jackie Robinson. Now, what he did on the political side of things and the cultural side of things, yeah. But in terms of like on-field athletic ability, I would put Willie Mays somebody. I would put Willie Mays before Jackie Robinson. Hell, I put Hank Aaron before Jackie Robinson in terms of just, athletic acumen. And yeah, Carl Lewis, people forget that about Carl Lewis, that he also did the long jump. That he was also elite at the long jump, as well as the 100 meters. Yeah, I think a lot of people forget about that when it comes to Carl Lewis, that he was just as good as in the long jump as he was in the 100. And I think he might have ran the 200 too a couple of times. I know he definitely ran the 100 though. But yeah, Jackie Robinson was a great athlete, but is he a GOAT athlete? You know, compared to a lot of other athletes, I don't know. Like me, here's another one. Bob mentioned this earlier, and Muhammad Ali, like prime Cassius Clay, like he definitely got to have a spot in at least be in the conversation of GOAT athlete. Here you got a 6'2", 210-pound man that moved like a lightweight, middleweight. Ain't nobody ever seen nothing like that before, right? A 200-pound man over 6 feet dancing like a lightweight or a middleweight would. Yeah. Alexander Carolyn. Is this a hockey player? Because that, you know, I know a lot of names, but I'm not familiar with that one. Yeah, I know a lot of names, but I ain't familiar with that. Oh, wrestler. No, that's why I'm not familiar with it. Was he a pro wrestler? Or are we talking like amateur wrestling? Like Olympic style wrestling? Okay, we getting some history here. Jackie was the first Division I 4-sport athlete at UCLA: football, basketball, track and field, and baseball. Okay. Well, maybe I stand corrected. Yeti, I ain't know Jackie Robinson did all these things. I just really know him for his baseball acumen. I heard the same thing about Paul Robeson too, that he did a lot of sports and a lot of Division I sports. Let's see. Win 5 consecutive Olympic gold medals, 2008 to 2024 in the same event. Wow. So he's one of the Olympic style wrestlers, and yeah, that's longevity for your ass, because it's hard to prepare for an Olympic game when it's every 4 years. Okay, so Jackie Robinson did these things on the football field and was the long jump champion. And this Russian dude only lost 2 times in 400 matches. Yeah, that means he was pretty dominant. Okay, I'm glad. I like this feedback. I'm learning about athletes I ain't never even heard of before. Well, I've heard of Jackie Robinson, obviously, but did this Alexander Carolyn? Yeah, I ain't never heard of him. So yeah, that's good information right there. And there was a guy who just this past Winter Olympics, he won all the Nordic events in the cross country skiing. I forget the dude's name. Yeah, but he won every single Nordic event. He's a Norwegian dude, a cross country skier. And at this past Olympics, he won every single Nordic cross country skiing event. So just to give y'all an update, Duke is up 5 on UCLA in the women's tournament. Michigan is kicking Tennessee in their ass in the men's Elite 8. And I picked Michigan to win, by the way. Just, you know, and I got the clip just in case folks ain't want to think, you know, I'm just talking. Just so y'all know. Let's see. Bro, he's the scariest looking white boy ever, lol. Look at his videos up. He's like Ivan Drago real life. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna look him up as soon as I'm done with this live. So I could, you know, actually learn who he is and what he, because the Olympic style wrestling, that's not like stuff you catch on regular TV. Like they don't show a whole bunch of that unless it's the NCAA tournament or something like that. And even when it's that, they don't show the wrestling like that. So the only time I really get to watch that kind of wrestling is when the Olympics come, because they don't really show too much of that. But in terms of my thing is LeBron, can you make that case for LeBron? And I feel like you can at this point. LeBron, in terms of longevity and how he's still, his athletic acumen still right now at 41, to the fact that I've done said this several times, that he hasn't lost his fastball, that he could still get to the rim pretty much whenever he feel like getting to the rim at 41. Like, and someone mentioned earlier that Durant said that he could probably play till he 45. It is subjective, but that's the whole point. I understood that was going to be subjective at the beginning. Like I said, this is just my personal opinion. Like, at the end of the day, we all have opinions. They're like assholes. Everybody has one, and it's just my opinion that at 41, I think you could make the case now that LeBron is he's the best athlete of this century right now. These 26 years of the 21st century, LeBron is the best athlete of this century. Because I don't see anybody coming close to what he's doing at 41. I don't think anybody else is going to be 41 doing what LeBron is doing. Unless you a pro wrestler, because they're pretty much the only athletes I see that could still be athletes, post 40 years old. And John Jones was pretty freaky. I agree with that. Yeah, John Jones, we know he was skied up a lot of the times, but John Jones in that octagon, wasn't nobody really fucking with him, especially prime John Jones. Wasn't nobody fucking with him. Not for real. Yeah, not for real. Prime John Jones, wasn't nobody really messing with that dude like that. Oh, and I ain't. Oh, okay. I'm about to say I'm tripping. Yeah, I don't think people are messing with prime John Jones like that. And you can make a decent case for John Jones too, at least prime John Jones. Maybe. That could be debated too, in terms of being the best ever. I think that could be debated. But again, that's just me. And shout out to all those in the vertical chat, man. I see y'all. I see y'all, vertical gang. And yeah, and I listen, Floyd. I'm not fit to take nothing away from Floyd. Floyd is a great boxer. He's done it for a long time. But I don't know how much more Floyd got left in the tank, one. And two, why at 50 are you still trying to fight? Like, I know you supposed to be Floyd Money Mayweather. I know you're not broke already at 50. And yeah, I agree with that too, in periods. Like, you could really argue all three. Like, you could make a case for all three. But today I just wanted to make my case for LeBron because, LeBron get a lot of hate. Yeah, that man receives a ton of hate. And I don't understand why, when we're being blessed with something that we're not going to ever see again. Yeah, I mean John Jones' mindset, he had, like I said, that man, he was on something a lot of the time. So we couldn't really like tell because he had issues trying to control his urges. But in the octagon though, he was beating people up. But yeah, that part, seafood, we're not gonna see another like LeBron type thing. Not nobody to have the physical and the longevity. You understand what I'm saying? Because we can't leave that out. The physicality and the longevity to carry that physicality. Well, that was my argument the last time I was having a GOAT debate in Imperius is about you can't be the GOAT if it's not singular. I made this argument with my man Dre the other time I was streaming about 2 weeks ago. And basically all I was saying is that if I could debate it, then you can't be the GOAT. And I use this example in hockey. Wayne Gretzky's the GOAT, and there's no debate. Like Alex Ovechkin, he's about to score 1,000 goals. The man's gonna have 1,000 goals scored, but nobody will ever tell you that Ovechkin is better than Gretzky. Ever. You're never ever going to hear that. You understand what I'm saying? Because in hockey, it's Wayne Gretzky, and then there's everybody else. Even though all the everybody else, we had a lot of great hockey players in the everybody else, right? Mario Lemieux, Jaromir Jagr, Sid Crosby, you got Connor McDavid and Brett Hall and Brian Leach and Mark Messier. There's plenty of Eric Lindros. There's plenty of great hockey players, right? But it's Gretzky. And then that's it. When we talk about the GOAT, see, all the other sports don't have that. Like football doesn't have that. Basketball doesn't have that. Because I could argue Jordan and LeBron. I could argue Jerry Rice and Lawrence Taylor or Tom Brady and Jim Brown. I could argue that, right? Hockey, I can't argue nothing. It's Gretzky and then that's it. And that's why he's the GOAT of his sport and there's no other GOATs of their sports, because all the other sports I could make cases for folks, legitimate cases for folks who are GOATs. Yeah, that part is just, the hockey is the best example I could give you because it's a team sport and it's not an individual sport. You understand what I'm saying? In terms of the team sports, like there's only one team sport GOAT, and that's Gretzky. Because all the other sports you can debate about, like in soccer, I could debate Messi versus Pele or Ronaldo versus Maradona. You understand what I'm saying? Like I could debate these things. Basketball, the same thing. We could debate Wilt, Kareem, Magic, Bird, Jordan, LeBron. Hell, I could give you a case for Tim Duncan, for real, a GOAT case. And people don't even think about along those lines. What, Tim Duncan, GOAT? Yeah, I could give you a GOAT case for Tim Duncan. Why he the GOAT? And Bill Russell, why he the GOAT? Like there's too many choices. Like I'm not supposed to be able to have a choice, is all I'm saying. There's not supposed to be a choice. If you're the GOAT, it's supposed to be the gap, supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be you, and then everybody else supposed to be down here fighting for second. And in all the rest of these other team sports, the gap is not big enough. Like the gap between Jordan and LeBron might be like this. The gap between Jerry Rice and Tom Brady might be like this. Know what I'm saying? The gap between Babe Ruth and Shohei Ohtani might be like this. There's no, you know what I mean? There's no gap to let you know that this person is this person and that's it. Oh, okay. So you agree that Duncan is in that conversation? Okay, because I be having to remind folks that Tim Duncan was that dude, bro. I be having to remind folks because folks forget. just that quickly how great Tim Duncan was. This man played 19 years, 20 years, and every year San Antonio made the playoffs. Even when he was 40, 39, 40, they still made the playoffs. So, like, if Tim Duncan not in that conversation, I don't know who is. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't put Duncan in the GOAT conversation, I don't know what you're talking about. You ain't watch basketball like that. If Tim Duncan is not in that conversation. But that's just, again, we're all entitled to our opinions, right? That's just my personal opinion that Duncan is in that conversation. If we want to have a GOAT conversation, that you have to have Tim Duncan in that. But, a lot of folks won't agree with that. They'll put, Bird or Magic, I've even had guys put, Dr. J in that conversation in terms of GOAT conversation. I've heard, Moses Malone in terms of GOAT conversations, but I still think Duncan is better than both Dr. J and Moses Malone. But that's just me personally. Yeah, and I'm with you. Like, he's the GOAT power forward of all time, like Tim Duncan. Oh, yeah, Oscar Robertson, yeah. I've heard that in a GOAT conversation. The only knock I have on Oscar Robertson is that by the time he won him a chip, he was an old man. You understand what I'm saying? And it took a young Kareem to get him that chip. Like, Oscar Robertson in his prime didn't do anything. He did a lot statistically, but he never won anything. You understand what I'm saying? So it's kind of like hard for me to put him in that conversation in terms of being the GOAT. Now, what is he one of the great point guards of all time? Absolutely. But I can name 3 or 4 point guards that were better than him. In my opinion, I think Magic was better than Oscar Robertson. I think Isaiah Thomas was better than Oscar Robertson. I think John Stockton was better than Oscar Robertson. I think Steve Nash was better than Oscar Robertson. But again, that's just, me personally. And he's another one that don't nobody ever talk about. Steve Nash, that dude was a whole beast and a half. And I don't ever hear nobody talk about how good Steve Nash, you know what I mean, how good Steve Nash really was. Oh yeah, Gretzky. Yeah, look, Gretzky was insane. Listen, Gretzky damn near scored 200 points in a season. Like, that's unheard of in hockey for somebody to get close to 200 points just them by themselves in a season. Like, that's unheard of. The man had 196 points in a season. Like, that's insane work. And I don't think you've had anybody come close to that. And in today's hockey, which is more spread out, and it's a lot less hitting in today's hockey than it was in Gretzky time, where somebody could really take your whole head off. And people forget about that. Gretzky played in the trenches in the mid 80s, late 80s, early 90s, where you could get your head took off in the National Hockey League. And Gretzky was killing them. The man was getting 100 points worth of assists in the season and scoring 80 goals. Like, nobody was coming close to that. What Gretzky was doing out there. Just like what I'm saying, ain't nobody ever going to average 50 points a game. But people got to remember this: when Wilt Chamberlain averaged 50 points a game, there was no shot clock and there was no 3-point line. So the pace of the game was far more frenetic. And when I say frenetic, meaning fast paced, because there was no shot clock and there was no 3-point line. These people, the name of the game in the NBA in the 50s and 60s was the team who put the most shots usually won the game. So these teams was running back and forth. You understand what I'm saying? Like rabbits, for real. The NBA of the 1950s and 60s. People don't realize that. Like, these folks weren't just dog walking the ball down the court. No, they were running up and down the court every play because they were trying to get up as many shots as they could. Yeah, people don't remember that the NBA back in the 50s and 60s, yeah, because there wasn't no shot clock and wasn't no 3-point line. The name of the game was put up as many shots as I could put up. So yeah, they were running back and forth the court like 60, 70 times. So a guy like Wilt Chamberlain could get 40 field goal attempts in the game and get 45 rebounds in the game because they were putting up so many shots. Yeah, these people were putting up 115, 116 shots in a game because of the frenetic pace that they were running at the time. And then they want to tell you, well, they weren't athletes, they were plumbers. Plumbers ain't running at that pace for 60 minutes. They're not. I don't give a damn what you say. If anything, the people who were playing football at that time, they were the plumbers. The football players were the plumbers, not the basketball players. I hear that shit. I'm skinny and I ain't running that much shit. Got me messed up. You think I'm fit to be running like that all crazy? I am not. I am not. I am not. I am not. Yeah, I'm not fit to do that. But yeah, I got another 15 minutes for y'all before I call it a day and get back to watching this Elite 8 stuff. I appreciate all y'all for coming in and checking in the chat, having the conversation. I appreciate all that. I know it, son. I know it. I'd rather comfort too. Real talk. I'm much more happy being comfortable than to being fast. And yeah, the UConn versus Duke, that's going to be a game. Michigan done kicked the hell out of Tennessee. UCLA, the women, UCLA Bruins, they're leading Duke, the women, 51-47, end of the third quarter. That's another Elite 8 game. In case we were wondering. And the UConn Duke game on the men's side, that starts at 5:05. So I'll be watching that when I get off of this. That should be very interesting too. I think Duke gonna come out of that. And but I picked Michigan to win it all anyway, so. Or not. And they going down. The UCLA women play UConn. UConn gonna take them out. Yeah, UConn. I don't think anybody's stopping UConn at this point. The women UConn. Let me be clear. The women Huskies. I don't think anybody's stopping them at this point. Nobody's stopping them. Yeah, you told me that last week. That in Arizona, they're in the Final Four now. So yeah, there's going to be them in Michigan, and Illinois is going to play the winner of this Duke UConn game. But yeah, I'm more interested to watch Arizona next year when Bryce is playing. And there's nothing against this year's Arizona team because this year Arizona team been really fire to watch. But I'm really looking forward to them next year so I can watch LeBron of the Sun play. Nah, I haven't heard that decision. If you could show me the link so I could look it up and read it, I haven't even seen that or heard about it in any news article, but I would love to see, because you know I'm 420 all day, so I would love to read that. If you got an article I could read associated with that. Yeah, but that'd be nice for me. And you know, and yeah, that is good. You shouldn't be, you know, inebriated with a firearm anyway. They should treat that like the same way you treat, you know, somebody behind the wheel inebriated. You don't want people behind the wheel inebriated. So it should be the same thing with a firearm, in my opinion. I think that's just common sense more than anything else. Oh yeah, that's right. You can always come in the back and put it in the private chat if you feel like it. Cause I ain't got the YouTube thing up. And plus I only got 10 minutes left. But yeah, if anything, just you could tell me where'd you get it from, and I could just go there myself. Where'd you read it at? All right, bet. I see it now. Let me save that. Thank you, Aunt. I appreciate that, so I could read that. Did you want to come up though and talk? I ain't got a whole bunch of time, but you could come up and talk. You want to bring you up? Man, I don't know what's for dinner, Bobby Perkins. I ain't even get that far yet because we ate pizza earlier, so I don't even know. Well, you up here, Imperious, if you know what I mean, you got something to say real quick before I call it a day. Okay, but thank you for the link though. I appreciate that. Cause I'm gonna go read that. Let me see what you said. Did Gorsuch ask the government John Adams drank 8 pints of alcohol a day? Ben Franklin famously said he only had 8 glasses of wine at dinner. Would you disarm them as addicts? I fucking would, yeah. You got 8 damn fucking pints of alcohol in you. Yeah, I'm disarming your ass. You shouldn't be walking around with that shit. And you drunk as a skunk. You fuck around, shoot anybody. You could be seeing doubles at that point. 8 pints of anything. But then again, we don't know what kind of tolerance these folks had. You know what I mean? So it could be different. And nah, I don't want to cook today. That's why I made pizza earlier, because I don't want to cook. Yeah, I'm not in the cooking mood today. And mind you, I cook every day pretty much. So I just want to take the day off. Right. Because they don't know what they talking about. They need to smoke more weed, the founders. That was their problem. That they ain't smoke enough weed. They needed to smoke more damn weed. Not really. It's just throwing something in the oven, bro. It ain't cooking. That's just throwing stuff in the oven. Cooking is when you make dishes and all that. I ain't make no dishes making the pizza. You know, DiGiorno is my friend. That part. But yeah, y'all. Again, thank y'all for making this very interesting. And again, you know, my main point is that I believe that LeBron James is, you can make the case for this man being one of the great athletes of the 21st century. And if not just the 21st century, one of the great athletes of all time. Just my opinion, you know. And again, this Big Dog Sports, where sports and politics collide. I'm your boy BD, man. Like, share, and subscribe. Definitely the subscribe part, right? And the Cash App at the bottom left-hand corner if you want to support the channel. I'm fit to call it a day so I could get ready to watch this UConn Duke game. I would call this game too, man, but you know, my daughter not trying to let me do all that today. So I might give y'all the national championship game though. That I will do. Like the national championship game on both sides. If it don't conflict with my work schedule, I will call both those games the national championship game for both the men's and the women's NCAA. I think that'd be cool, and I might enjoy that too, because I like calling games every once in a while. I wish I could just show them and call it, but you know, YouTube and the copyrights and all that other dumb stuff, they don't let you do nothing. But anyway, y'all, good show. Again, this Big Dog Sports. I'm your boy BD. Like, share, subscribe, and definitely the subscribe part. I'll see y'all next Sunday, 3 p.m. And I'll holla at y'all. Peace.
It's your host, BD. Welcome to Big Dog Sports. Yo, call it Big Dog Sports, a little show that I run, where we talk a lot of sports and we show a lot of love. So support by hitting like, share the video, subscribe and hit that Cash App, baby, send a little dough. So if you want to know about the latest games, the winners and the losers, the teams that ain't the same, we gon' talk about the trades, the contracts, the price, the playoffs, the scandals, the crime and the lies. I'm your host, BD, and this is my show. When sports and politics collide, baby, anything goes. We talking NBA, WNBA, NFL, NCAA, UFC, MLB, WWE, a little boxing too. If that's your thing, I got the best show in the land, baby, no need to search. So welcome to the show, y'all. This is Big Dog Sports.